Thank you, Kamasi. Only on 4, new, never-before-heard details in the disappearance and death of Lonzie Barton. For the first time, we're sitting down with the prosecutors who handled the case from the start.
The man who pleaded guilty to aggravated manslaughter in the child's death is now beginning his 20-year sentence in a state prison. Early this morning, Ruben Ebron left the Duval County Jail and was transferred to the custody of the Florida Department of Corrections.
Channel 4's Vic Micolucci spoke exclusively with the assistant state attorneys about the challenges and emotions that they faced for 6 months while working on this difficult crime. Vic.
This is a case that garnered national attention. So many people followed every development and hundreds searched for the missing toddler. Now prosecutors are telling me what went on behind closed doors and why they made a deal with the man who has admitted to being responsible for Lonzie Barton's death.
Do you believe him today?
What I can believe is pretty irrelevant. It's what I can prove.
These prosecutors say they have to go by the facts and Florida's laws, and that's how they developed the cases against Ruben Ebron and Lana Barton. Last week, Ebron pleaded guilty to a number of charges, admitting he had a role in toddler Lonzie Barton's death.
His version of it was that, the child had had some medical complications. He and Lana argued about it and then decided they were going to make up. And their version of that was they went upstairs to their bedroom and put the children downstairs to watch television. According to Mr. Ebron, while they were engaged, Lonzie came to the door and they essentially shut the door and turned him around and kept him out of the room. And when they were done and came back out, they found him.
Crime scene photos show the bathtub and the bedroom where Ebron says he tried to revive Lonzie. We've blurred some of the pics because there's blood and bodily fluids.
The fact that he says that he performed the CPR in the bedroom matched with the evidence that we had early on in the investigation.
Lonzie's mother, Lana Barton, pleaded guilty to child neglect last month, but still denies being involved in his death. She says she was at work.
Has Lana ever given the same story or a similar story?
Miss Barton has not given anything similar to that account.
So somebody's still lying here.
Well, I would say that you have 2 stories under oath that don't appear to match very well, yes.
Ebron sat in jail for more than 6 months. The night before his trial, he led a convoy of 20 to 30 police and prosecutors to this property in Bayard.
It was surreal. I mean, it was certainly a moment that I'll never forget, walking through that woods and knowing that we felt like we were in the right place. And there was a lot of emotion, I think, a lot of people who had been working this case from the very beginning.
Before we even got there, Ruben Ebron was emotional.
But do you think he really cared about Lonzie Barton and about giving him some sort of rest, giving the community some sort of closure?
All I can tell you is that's what he said. And he did, after all, take us there that night and didn't have to.
The next morning after the sun came up, detectives found Lonzie's body buried in a trash pile. Ebron's trial was called off. The plea deal was on.
And that baby would still be out where he was.
You don't think they would have ever found him?
I think they'd been searching pretty hard for 6 months and hadn't, and not for lack of trying.
Would you all have gone through with the deal if those remains were never found?
No. In fact, that was explicitly written into the plea agreement.
So even if he got out there and tried and dug for days?
No points for trying.
That's correct.
We were going to pick a jury.
Because Lonzie's body had been there so long, the medical examiner couldn't prove a cause of death. Prosecutors say everyone involved in the case, including police, agreed to accept the plea for 20 years in prison.
A lot of people wanted to see him behind bars for the rest of his life. Was that even possible with the evidence you had?
It wasn't possible based on any of the evidence or the charges we had filed up to that point, no.
So is this justice for Lonzie?
Well, justice would be Lonzie's, home right now, somewhere playing with his toys. That would be justice. But ultimately, have we done the best job that we feel that we could do? I think absolutely that's the case.
Last week in court, Ebron apologized to everyone involved, including Lonzie. He said, quote, "I have and will continue to ask for forgiveness for what I did and for what I failed to do." So far, Ebron's attorneys have not commented on the case. Tom?
Vic, Ebron's statement these new developments, did these assistant state attorneys tell you what might happen next in the case of Lana Barton?
I asked them about that, Tom, and they told me that they're still reviewing that case. It is entirely possible that she could face more charges, but that's only if they can get evidence to prove that she was involved in Lonzie's death. If so, then she could possibly face aggravated manslaughter charges just like Ruben Ebron. But remember, without Ruben Ebron's confession, prosecutors say they would not have been able to prove any child neglect or aggravated manslaughter, just child neglect in this case.
Thank you, Vic.